We're finally going to see some things get shaken up in the White House, and we have our friend Eli to thank for that. Tonight we're going to be discussing all the trailers, the end trailer and the 2 Instagram trailers that they have posted to their page. At the very end of the last episode, we saw Bobby and Max rescue Lily, and we also saw Killer Kyle calling for backup. Now, Kyle can usually handle his own, but not this time. There were 2 gunmen aiming at his head, and he needed some backup. Now, before Bobby and Max showed up, Lily held it down. She held them down, right? Even though she really didn't know anything, Barbara Watkins said, Lily, she continues to take one for the team. And I agree, Lily had to be strong. Then in the next part of the trailer, we see Donald questioning Hunter about a girl being there from the pharmacy in the White House. So apparently he believed what Sam told him. He believed him. Even though he was sitting there in his office playing games with Sam, he believed every word that he said. Otherwise, why even bring it up in the first place? Then we move on to these 2, Victoria, First Lady, and Simone, the Second Lady. She's asking Simone what she and Eli are up to. And the Second Lady is sitting there like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And then First Lady said, that's why I don't like talking to you, because you're so fake. And I don't know, maybe Victoria wants them to be friends or similar or just alike in some way, but they're not. And I think that we would also expect for them to at least be cordial to one another. Ashley Allen says in regards to the Second Lady, and I quote, she dresses nice and have a sweet spirit, but she needs to toughen up. And in one of the trailers, we see Victoria sitting there twirling a knife, and a sharp one at that. She wants to know what Simone and the Vice President have been up to. Clearly, she's been suspecting them all along, and from what we've seen so far, she has every right to be. And Victoria is desperately trying to send her a message by twirling this knife. And you know, she's always threatening somebody. She's always into it with someone. And whether they're a threat to her or not, she's always effing with somebody. Always. Then we see our guy Eli here, and he's at a press conference. He said that agents uncovered evidence that links the White House to the crimes. And Victoria and Hunter and Donald are standing there in the hallway listening. And then he goes, that son of a B. Then Eli goes on to say, we believe it to be the First Lady and the President. See, these are the type of storylines that I just absolutely love, because we have this huge plot twist. Hopefully, we will see some major changes taking place over the next couple of episodes. Then we see Richard and Priscilla in the kitchen. And Richard is asking her, what type of sick game is this? And Priscilla said, one that she likes to play, but I'm so much better at it. We can now see that Priscilla really likes the back and forth between her and the First Lady. I guess she figured if I can't put hands on her, I'll just have to get her another way and do something else. Priscilla knows that she has the upper hand over the First Lady. The fact that Victoria knows nothing about who she really is torture enough. Then we see a paranoid Lily drawing a gun out while she's talking to Bobby. Looks like Max is coming through the door, and I'm sure she's doing this because she's just paranoid from all that water that's on her brain. Then it looks like the Vice President may have gotten the memo that Victoria had lunch with Simone, and he wanted to know if she told her anything. Simone told him, I didn't tell her anything. And the Vice President said, we got to take them down. So I'm guessing that this little takedown has been in the works for quite some time between Simone and the President, because whatever they've been working on, now they're ready to implement it and get it all in motion. I just hope that the Vice President has some security and some backup standing outside that conference room, because we all know he ain't gonna bust a grape. And Hunter and Victoria cannot wait to get their hands on him. Randall Sparks says the VP was faking the whole time. He turned into a punk when it came time to actually approach Hunter. Shaking my head. Then we cut to Barry talking to Mia and Nancy standing between them, and then she pushed Mia out of the door. So I'm thinking that Barry called her over to ask her about the money that she took. And Barry was probably ready to do something to her, and then Nancy just pushed her out so that she could go home. But I do know one thing, he ain't getting that money back. She ain't got it, Barry, she ain't got it. Then in the voiceover we hear someone is finally losing their grip on power. Then we see Donald knocking papers from his desk, and he's upset. Probably because Kyle is on the phone telling him that Lily got away. I mean, what else can he be mad about? Now, in one part of the trailer, in one of these trailers, we saw Kyle getting his butt whipped out in the yard somewhere. And of course, it may be Bobby and Max. And then we see Bobby and Max placing a grown man in the back of the truck. in the back of the SUV, so it's probably Kyle. Or it could be the person that's at Lily's house who was standing guard, because there were 2 guards standing there, one outside and one inside. Then they showed Jason and Grip standing on the roof. If we remember from the last episode, Jason threatened to jump off the roof, and Victoria said that she could care less. And I don't think it's a great idea for Grip to be watching Jason. Grip is probably up there trying to push him off the roof himself, or encouraging him to just jump. The second lady asked the vice president if they were ready, and he said, "We've been ready for this." So I told you, these guys have been planning this for quite a while. Then they go on to meet the 3 musketeers, Donald, Victor, and Hunter, in the middle of the hallway. So on one side we have Donald, Victoria, and Hunter. Then on the other side we have Simone, Eli, Max, Bobby, and Sam. So I guess this is the big face-off, and then Hunter had ordered everyone to go into his Oval Office. Now this is what I've been waiting for. I have been waiting for this moment, because now all of their shenanigans, the murders, the cover-ups, it's all been revealed. So now what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do, especially Victoria? I mean, they're all standing here as a united front. I can say this though, they do know how to come together when they need to. If you guys haven't downloaded the copy of Victoria's backstory, go ahead and do that right now. The link is down below in the description. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. If you're an Oval fan, go ahead and sub to the channel, because I do videos like this all the time. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Ruthless TV, and I'll see you in the next one.